Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about breast pumps and just types of breast pumps that I've tried in general. Just going to give you guys basic information on them, and I'm going to tell you guys my personal experiences just to kind of help you guys figure out which breast pump or type of breast pump is best for you and for your situation. So if you guys want to know or are interested in this video, please keep on watching. If you're new to my channel, my name is Michele Batista. I do videos on motherhood, makeup, and lifestyle. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna start off with the manual breast pump that I have. And I actually purchased this breast pump because I have an electric breast pump and it's obviously just too big to be carrying around. So the manual breast pump, I actually picked it up because I went to a hair appointment and I didn't take my breast pump just because it's so big, and I'm going to show you guys that breast pump in a minute. But it's so big and I didn't want to carry it around. So I went without it. I pumped obviously before I went, but if you're blonde, you know that sometimes hair appointments take a pretty long time. And the girl that I go and see, she's about 45 minutes away, so it's 45 minutes there and then 45 minutes back, plus all the time that I'm there to do my hair. So anyways, it took forever. By the time I got home, I was so engorged of milk that my boobs hurt. I was like literally walking with my hands up. I hated the fact that I had to go through that. That's why I got home that day and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna order a manual pump. I am not gonna go through that again. So I actually ordered this pump right here, and this is a Medela manual breast pump. This is not the bottle that it goes with. I just forgot to bring the bottle from the kitchen, but this is just a regular bottle. Obviously it's just a regular manual breast pump. It comes with this little thing right here, and then you insert it so it doesn't move, and then it comes with the shield, this part right here that controls the pumping situation, and this is how you control the pumping itself. So it has like the step 1 and step 2 from Medela. If you know, they have the first step that is kind of like fast pacing, kind of like when your baby first latches on the boob, they're kind of like doing it fast, and then after the milk starts flowing in, they kind of like let it's called the letdown, they go slower. So this manual one has both functions, which is pretty nice. This is one function and this short handle is the second function right here. Self-explanatory. The milk just goes into the bottle, and the bottles from Medela are 5 ounces for each bottle. That's as big as they go, from what I know. So this is just a pretty basic pump. It's convenient, but it could also be a hassle, especially if you're gonna do both boobs. You only have one hand, and you do have to kind of hold the pump and then kind of like go like this. So it's it could be a hassle, but it could also be very convenient and very fast, just very easy to deal with. Compact doesn't have so many things to carry around, which is one thing that I liked about this. This is not my favorite to go pump, but it is the cheapest pump. Convenient for a lot of people that won't break the bank, but it will still do the job, if that makes any sense. The other pump that I'm going to show you is an electric pump, and this is actually my pump, the one that I use every single day. So this is the Medela Symphony, and this is a pump right here. It's obviously pretty big. It's definitely pretty heavy. It's not travel friendly, that's for sure, and it's convenient in my opinion if you're a stay-at-home mom or if you're home most of the time. In my opinion, since I'm breastfeeding a lot this time around, I like to be home as much as I can, especially because my main priority is to feed my child and to have my milk keep coming in and keep producing. I'm not a day like, oh, every 3 hours, so on and so forth, but every single time I have to pump, I get the job done, it gets done fast, and then I'm good to go. So this is my pump. This is my baby. This is my best friend. This is the person I sit with every single day and tell them my problems, pretty much. So this pump right here is my favorite pump to be home with, and I say to be home with just because it's obviously not travel friendly. It is pretty heavy and it is pretty pricey. So this pump right here is a double electric pump. As you can see, these 2 little cords right here attach to the inside right here to these little membranes right here. I think that's what you call them. But you put them in here, and if you want to do both boobs at the same time, you put both inside. If you're only going to do one pump at a time, you take one out and you only use one side. But it doesn't really matter. I obviously like to do both because I have a nursing bra, and that saves me a lot of time. So I just attach both of these to the breast pump and the bottles, and the equipment that goes with that is this one right here, and it's just the same. This attaches to the bottle. Again, this is not the actual bottle, but it's, you know, it's a bottle. So you attach the bottle to the valve, and then this just does its work, and then you attach this little thing right here inside, and you're good to go. So this is just like a 2-piece type of thing, 3-piece if you're counting the bottle, which is very convenient. It also has this little part right here, this yellow part that you can take off, and this little white part that's like a filter that you do have to change. So you have to change this depending on how much you pump, how often you pump, so on and so forth. Obviously the machine does the work, but you could control it. So like I said, with the manual one, there's 2 stages, the first stage and the second stage. This is the on button. This is the first stage in the beginning, and then it switches to the second stage, but you can manually switch it as well depending on what you like. Obviously the machine does the normal how you're supposed to do it, the first stage first, and then it automatically goes into the second stage. If you want to go straight into the second stage, then you can manually change it right here with this button. You can change the speed here with this dial right here, and that's pretty much it. It does take the time that you're on the machine, but as you can see here, mine has a little bruise, so I don't even know how long I'm on the machine for, but typically I take probably about 15-20 minutes at most when I pump, and that gives me about 8 to 11 ounces at the most every single time I pump. This machine does it all. It does it for you. You don't have to do one boob at once and then do the other one at the other time. You could do them both at the same time, which saves you a lot of time. You know, it takes the time. You could change the pressure and all that good stuff. The only thing that's a downfall with this one is that it is pricey. I'm not gonna lie, and it's not travel friendly because it's so heavy. So obviously there is a case for this. I don't have the case for it because I never take it anywhere. So this is my preferred breast pump. It's a very nice breast pump. It does the job. The suction is very, very good in my opinion, and I feel like it takes a good amount of milk out at a good amount of time. You can control it on how much you can handle on your boobs, which is amazing, but you don't have to use any batteries. It's not rechargeable. It's not anything like that. You have to plug it in the light, in the outlet. Now the next pump that I want to talk about is the pump that I actually use when I travel, and this is the one that I've been using the most when I go anywhere, like to my mother-in-law's, to my sister's house. I took to Universal Studios, and this is the Medela Lifestyle right here, and obviously you can see the difference. It's very, very compact. It's small. This is a rechargeable breast pump, as you can see. It also comes with this tube right here, and this is also a double breast pump. So as you can see, it has 2, and for this one you use this bad boy right here. The only downfall in my opinion is this part right here. That's because you want to wash it, you have to take this piece off, 1 piece right here, 2, and then 3, and then the actual bottle, which is 4. And in my opinion, I feel like that's so many parts to take off compared to the Symphony. It's just literally you take this off and then you take this off, because this part right here you don't have to take off every single time you breast pump. You could probably take it off once a week. I don't feel like it's so much of a hassle as compared to the other one. And keep in mind, I don't even have the thing on there. Let me put it. So you still have to worry about this part right here. So it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 if you're including the bottle. So in my opinion, that's the downfall when it comes to the freestyle, that there's so many parts to clean, especially when you're a busy mom, you're a working mom, or so on and so forth. It can be really time consuming. When I went to Universal Studios and I took this breast pump, the longest part was to wash everything, just because there's so many parts to it. But other than that, I feel like this is the perfect travel pump for working moms, or when you're gonna go somewhere, or this could be your everyday pump as well, because it does a really good job. So pretty much you attach one of these to the section right here, you know, and it does the job. It sucks everything out, everything, you know, per usual. The only other thing that I don't like about it is that down here there's, I don't know if you guys can see, let me take this out. Down here, the clear part, if you tilt the bottle too much this way, when you're taking it off or you're moving it, the milk will spill. It has happened to me before, and it's frustrating. Other than that, this is a really good compact, it's a very good electric breast pump for every day, for traveling, for on the go, for working moms, for stay-at-home moms. This has it all. You could also clip it onto your clothing. Right here there's a clip if you would like. It is rechargeable, so this battery right here is rechargeable. It's not AA or anything like that, so that's pretty convenient. The batteries, I believe they're pretty pricey if you have to replace them, but they do last a really long time if you take care of them well. And it comes with the charger, obviously, which is this black one right here. And you could also plug it up if you want, but I don't see why you would. You would just charge it and then use it without the plug. The only other downfall that I don't like about this breast pump is that it's loud. In my opinion, I feel like it's way louder than my Symphony. So let me put it in the highest. That's the second stage. So that's another thing that I hate about this pump, is that it's so damn loud. Compare it to my other one, and I'm going to turn this one on and put it on the highest as well. That's the first stage. That's the second stage. I'm not sure if you can hear it or not. You probably can't, but obviously this one's way louder, because you could definitely hear this one. So that's another downfall, that it's pretty loud. So if you kind of work somewhere, or you're somewhere where it's kind of like quiet, they're gonna be able to hear your breast pump, especially if you go to the highest level. If that doesn't bother you, it shouldn't even matter. But I feel like this is the perfect on the go that has everything pump. It also takes the time. You could also go from level 1 to level 2. You could also control the speed and the suction. Like I said, this is pretty convenient, and it's not as expensive as the other one. With this cord right here, you could actually do 2 boobs, or you could do 1. So this one right here, if you only want to do 1, you would insert it here, and then it would only pump from one bottle, from one breast. So you don't have to use both. You can only use one if you want to. That's my travel pump. When I go anywhere that I am not home, that's the pump that I go for, and that's the one that I take. The last pump that I want to talk about is the pump that I actually received from my insurance. This pump I received for free because my insurance covered it, and this is actually not Medilla. This is the Ameda Finesse, whatever, I don't know how you call it, but I actually did the unboxing on when I was doing my vlog. I showed this breast pump right here, and this is the breast pump right here, and this is also an electric double breast pump, and this is the motor itself. These are the compartments right here, and then this is the charger. So this breast pump right here, I already tried it, and I have to say it's not my favorite. If I would have to choose between this one and the Freestyle, I would definitely choose the Freestyle, and I'm gonna tell you why. So this one, to begin with, it has a buttload of parts. So it has this right here, which you never have to wash. This you just take it off. But then it has this little thing right here. It has this part right here, and then it has these little little thing in the bottom that you have to take off every single time. So I mean, the only convenient part is that this is attached, but other than that, I feel like it has a lot of parts as well. Plus, you also have to worry about the charger and the motor. And I am saying that because this one, it can also function without the charger, without plugging it in. But you do have to worry about batteries. And this functions obviously without the charger, and it needs 6 batteries. So that's the only downfall in my opinion. I think this would have been better if it was a rechargeable battery, just like the freestyle, just because if you don't take the charger and you just leave with this and the batteries, and then you know the batteries run out of life, you're stuck with no charger and no batteries. You would have to have extra batteries in your bag at all times. So that's the only downfall. And obviously the size itself, it's way different. This is obviously more bulkier and this is not, and the parts in general I feel like are also more complicated, or it kind of might be this. So for this pump right here, this one controls the speed and the suction, which is pretty cool. So you could have like a really hard suction with a really small speed, or you could have a really small speed with a really hard suction, so on and so forth. So you can control each on this one. And with the Medela, I feel like it each level naturally controls the speed and the suction at the same time. This is kind of like a different format of it, obviously a different brand. So in my opinion, I feel like this one did not do as good of a suction for me. I tried it out about 3 times and I didn't get as much milk as I got with my Medela Freestyle or with my Medela Symphony. And I'm not sure if it's the breast pump or maybe that day I was just dehydrated and I didn't get as much milk. The other thing that I didn't like is that the bottles are actually 4 ounces instead of 5 ounces, so it's a pretty small bottle. So as for me, I would have to dump the milk out or have another bottle on deck so I can switch it out, because I do pump at least 5 to 6 ounces, or at least 5-6 ounces on one breast, and on the other breast I at least do 3 to 4. So I would have to change this at least once if I have a really full breast. So that's on the downfall. Maybe the motor was a little bit smaller and I had the rechargeable battery, I would definitely choose this. But honestly, in my opinion, I feel like this breast pump just didn't work well for me, because the Medela ones, it naturally does it for you. Like you change the level, you go up or down, and then it controls the speed and the suction together. And then it goes level 1, which is a fast motion one, and then the level 2, which is the more of the down, what they call the downfall. So I honestly did not like this breast pump. I know it was free, and if I didn't have any other choice, I would have to use this one. But since I did have choices and my boyfriend did bring the Lifestyle brand new, and so I was, you know, I was able to try different ones, and honestly the best one in my opinion is the Symphony. If you have the money to splurge on it, and if you want to, and if you can, that would be the perfect breast pump. Just keep in mind that it's not travel friendly. If you just want it all, this is the best pump to go with. And it's small, it's compact, and it has everything. Those are all the breast pumps that I've tried with my daughter so far. And honestly, breast pumping is a whole job in itself. As you know, breastfeeding itself is a whole nother job. But you know, having a convenient breast pump and having the bra and everything makes everything so much easier, makes everything go smoother. And just in general, I feel like if you find the perfect breast pump to go with your lifestyle, it's just gonna make everything easier and you're gonna enjoy it. You know what I mean? I enjoy pumping. I can sit here and I do on a tablet. If I'm gonna go out, put on my breast pump and I do my makeup, because I do have my pump connected to my mirror, which is my vanity mirror, so it's always here. And that's just my favorite breast pump in general. So I'm not sure what else to tell you guys about these breast pumps. They're all different in their own way, and they're all convenient in their own way, and they're all gonna be not perfect. Obviously there's always gonna be a downfall, but whatever works for you works for you. So even if the manual one works perfectly for you, go for the manual one. Some people say that the manual one sucks more because you're actually like doing the movement. In my opinion, it does a pretty good job, but I like to do both boobs at the same time because it just saves me time. I always have that one as like a super backup. I throw it in the back with my freestyle as a super backup, but pretty much the freestyle is the one I do for the to go. So anyways, I'm just rambling at this point, and I hope I explained the breast pumps pretty well, and I hope I have helped you choose a breast pump, or you know, helped you decide on what breast pump is best for your situation and you know, your abilities. The thing that I want to tell you guys is don't be afraid to reach out to your insurance. Don't be afraid to reach out to WIC. Don't be afraid to reach out to programs. Programs can help you get a breast pump for free. If you cannot afford it, your insurance can also cover some of the costs. Don't be afraid to call and ask, because you could get one for free without even knowing. Don't be afraid to ask about that stuff, because there's a lot of resources that you guys can get these things from, even if it's not the best one, but it is a breast pump, if that makes any sense. You know, everybody's situation is obviously different, but like I said, these are just my opinions on these breast pumps, and I hope that I've helped you choose, or you know, helped you kind of figure out which breast pump works for your situation. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.